Colonel Samson Mande is among the then NRA fearless fighters, having joined the liberation struggle 1 week after the first attack on Kabamba barracks on February 6, 1981. Mande joined the team of fighters on February 13, 1981.
The NRM, which started its journey on Tarehe Sita, the 6th of February 1981, and gave birth to the UPDF and the NRMO, was born by us and in us in 1981.
Mixed reactions often have been expressed about the first bullet fired by the late General Eli Tumwine that gave birth to the revolution on February 6, 1981, that it was out of cowardice and it disorganized the set purpose of the attack to achieve its main objective on the fateful day. But what is Colonel Samson Mande's opinion about this bullet?
Whether out of fear or whether shot by who, it is the shot to remember that started the liberation war, the second liberation war. What happened after the first shot adjusted itself. The NRA was born. We fought on through thick and thin, and we emerged victors when we overthrew the government.
Despite the attack, what were the main objective of a group of over 40 fighters to pick 27 guns and launch an attack on Kabamba barracks?
The nation had been lost to bad leadership, dictators, and we did not see a good future in front of us, and it clicked in our minds when we were mobilized to liberate and restore the glory of the country.
But how did they start tracking an assault attack on Kabamba barracks from a Kampala suburb of Makinde in the residence of one Matthew Kikaire on February 5, 1981, a day before the fateful day of February 6th?
As had been predicted, that if elections were rigged, we would go to the bush, because we had thought that by elections we are going to have a good government, a better government than there was, and stop the mayhem, the looting, the killing of our people. But once the election were rigged, the 1981 elections were rigged, we resolved that the answer was to physically remove the bad regime.
Many analysts have often restricted the narrative to 27 men with 27 guns who attacked Kabamba, but Colonel Samson Mande says the narrative must change. The number was more than 27.
We are very thankful to the 27 who attacked Kabamba, but it didn't take only them who did the physical attack. You know, the plan involved many more than 27. That is why you see the number increasing of the heroes that started the war. It will keep increasing, as you remember. Even so-and-so played a role, but has not been included. So you will see a shift from 27 that was talked about to maybe 40 people, and who knows more.
Whereas the figure is projected to rise to over 40 who attacked Kabamba. Many of the attackers are never talked about. They are treated as unsung heroes. But who are these unsung heroes that majorly came from Kigezu region? the reason to why today's Tarehe Sita is going to be celebrated from Kabale in Kigezi region in memory of them.
The gallant sons of Kigezi were there, like the late Anthony Kabale. Rest in peace, he died recently. We had another Kabale who is never sung a lot. We called him Kabale Good Area, who was part of the 27. We were in the kitchen, I for one. So Kigezi, I think, has been remembered for the role the heroes of Kigezi played in launching the liberation struggle.
I asked Colonel Samson Mande why he thinks often the number is restricted to only the 27 who held the guns.
They are the ones who physically attacked. The narrative would have been better if they said the attackers, but you cannot enjoy a good meal if somebody did not fetch water, if somebody did not fetch firewood, if somebody was not in the kitchen cooking. You just find the meal on the table and you say, oh, you thank one person who has served it? No. When you roll back, you will know it was more than that person who serves you at the table. It took more people to deliver that good meal.
With all roads leading to Kabale on Friday to remember the gallant sons from Kigezi region who participated in the Tarehe Sita attack on Kabamba on February 6, 1981. The big question is whether the 5-year revolutionary struggle that brought the NRA/M government to power on January 26, 1985 has lived to its expectations.
We didn't go to the bush to be sung. We went to the bush to change, to transform this country. If the country is being transformed, whether I am sung or not, they are singing the achievements I helped to put in place.
While there are some gallant fighters who feel betrayed in their own struggle, Colonel Samson Mande was part of the team that holds that perspective. But what is his appeal to colleagues who still feel betrayed?
The leadership in place is the one that we put, is the one that we can talk to, is the one that has, over a period of time, learned from mistakes and other lessons. I, for one, at one time felt I was betrayed. I even had to run away from the country. Haven't I come back? There is room for us to make corrections. There is room for us to reconcile. There is room for us to forgive. There is room for us to be forgiven and forget all this.
40 years of the reigning NRM government in power. I asked Colonel Samson Mande what are some of the unfinished businesses of the revolution.
I would like to see a tarmac road to every house. I would like to see books and good teachers in every school. There are some schools I saw and I wonder whether this is a school or not. But I see work in progress.
One of the major reasons that led the team of more than 27 men to pick guns and declare an armed struggle against the UPC government was the fraudulent and rigged elections of 1980. However, Colonel Mande is still disturbed with the mode of elections currently held, characterized with the very reasons that pushed them to overthrow the UPC regime.
I would like to live in a country where nobody complains about elections. That you come out to vote and the machines are not working. And your name is misplaced. And there is chaos here and there. In the new era of technology, and that is why we might help the country in, that the next elections, you can even vote from your home.
Whereas the question of holding free and fair elections in Uganda remains a question of food for thought as the country commemorates the Tarehe Sita liberation anniversary. Is Uganda still on the right track for economic recovery?
We believe we have moved from far and we are on the right track, taking this country to become a superpower economically and whatever.
Timothy Sibasi, UBC TV.
Siasa mbinu za vitana umuti